Welcome to the Heritage Universalist Unitarian Church. My name is Bruce Bowden, and I've been a member for about 2.5 years, and every once in a while, the church lets me be worship associate. I try to ruminate about our faith when I have the pulpit, and today I've decided to compare religion to books. Most religion is like a dictionary. You want to know the meaning of something? The dictionary, many religions will tell you the exact definition in cut and dried terms. Universalist Unitarianism is more like choose your own adventure. I am attracted to a religion that challenges me to explore my faith. A special welcome is extended to first-time visitors. The board greeter today is Sue Rahal. She will be happy to answer any questions you have about Universalism, Unitarianism, or about heritage specifically. We have several announcements today. Immediately after the service, there will be a potluck in the Great Hall to the right as you exit the sanctuary. All are welcome. Even if you didn't bring anything, we always have more than enough. Today at 12:15, following potluck, all who have an active hope for how we communicate at Heritage are invited to join Reverend Bill in the sanctuary for a conversation about reimagining communication. The expectation is that those in attendance want to play at least some part in implementing our communication strategy moving forward. We ask everyone to put your devices to sleep so we will have no interruption from the electronic world during service. And now, leave your regret behind, forget about your future worries, and enter the sacred present.
Morning, all. I am Laci Adams, the Director of Lifespan Faith Development here at Heritage. And we get to be on a choose your own adventure together today. This is not actually the call to worship. These are just a few opening words so you can understand what's happening. We are going to wrap the call to worship in with the blessing of the Sukkat. As you might imagine, Sukkot is not necessarily a normative holiday that you would normally see in a Christian church or in a UU church. That's okay. Part of the reason why we incorporate several Jewish holidays into our ritual life is because I observe those holidays in my interfaith family. My Jewish children will arrive eventually with my Jewish wife. My wife might be, if any of you know Hebrew, you will know if I've said something wrong. If you don't, my wife will know if I've said something wrong. You can ask her at potluck how I did. This is an all ages service. So occasionally every, 4 to 8 weeks, we try to do worship that includes all of us as a community together. That means that our young people stay in worship with us. So you might notice that there are slightly more interactive moments. The music, we hope, is engaging. We hope it makes you want to dance. If that is the case, you should dance. Yeah, in this way, worship should always be, but is especially in all ages services, a pick your own adventure. You should do what you feel comfortable doing. And you should also know that we often, adults, we feel very comfortable in these 12 inches of our body, right? I like these 12 inches of my body. I promise I do. But when we engage our whole body in our worship life, it doesn't take away from these 12 inches. It helps these 12 inches incorporate the world around us through our body and senses. So know that when you dance, when you sing, when you interact with someone, when you hear the noise and laughter of our children, all of that enhances what our mind is already doing and helps us learn in a deep way. So learn and experience worship deeply together with us. So with that, we are actually going to start worship, not with a call to worship, but with a lighting of our sounding of the bell and the lighting of our chalice.
Please rise for the covenant. By this covenant, we affirm that love is the spirit of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve humankind in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the divine. Thus we do covenant with each other and with God.
Fine. We keep trading. Okay. In your order of service, you should have received something in a paper version that looks like this. Is anyone curious about what this is? Okay. So this in Judaism is an object that we use to bless a sukkah. A sukkah is a temporary dwelling. If you would like to see, you will be invited. You should go down. If you go outside and into our woods, down at the bottom of the amphitheater, the kids erected last week a sukkah in our wooded area. And so a sukkah is a temporary dwelling of which the walls are temporary. One is open, so it's supposed to be open to the elements, and that the top is partial. In this case, we used branches from trees above us, but you're supposed to be able to see the stars above, but have some shelter. We're going to talk about the spiritual, what this teaches us spiritually, but when you make a sukkah, you bless it. And so together we're going to use your lulav, that's this, and an etrog. This is a Middle Eastern citrus, sweet tasting citrus. And these are the fronds of 3 kinds of trees. We will talk about them later, but I do need assistance. Can someone tell me which way is east? This way. Okay, very good. Everyone rise. No, I see my problem. Okay, it's okay. All of the words that you're going to have to say are going to be facing west. So instead of using those, when we get to your part, I will call and response them for you. Okay, face east, everyone. Now, after each set of prayers, we will shake this 3 times. Practice, just 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. While facing east. Ruach, spirit, vision, perspective, the rising light of dawn, opening to the light from beyond. This is your part. Here we go. We give thanks for the gifts of each new day. We give thanks for the gifts of insight and perspective. All right. Now we are facing south. Who knows where south is? All right. Away from the parking lot. Good job. Aish, fire. Passion, creativity, energy that sustains, loves, and inspires. Warmth and learning. Here's your part. We face towards the south and ask to be open to the gifts it brings. We give thanks for the love that sustains us. We give thanks for the passions that inspire us. Right, facing me now. Ma'im, or water, change, the wonder of movement and transformation. We ask for bitachon, the trust to go forward, to engage in the movement, to be part of the unfolding. Now you can see your. 3 times. All right, this way. Towards the parking lot. Adamah, earth. Well, there's irony to that. Ancient wisdom, reverent relationship. Here's your part. We give honor to our ancestors. We give honor to the earth and ask to carry the wisdom that is ours to receive and bestow with humility and strength. Okay, now you can face forward. Oh, shake. Okay. This is a 6-directional prayer. So now we are going to raise them up and say together the words on the screen. Into the heavens, to all that is beyond our knowing, we give thanks and ask to live with awe. Towards the ground. Okay, now you bring them to your heart. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'shev b'Sukkah. Thank you. Okay. Good job, everyone. All right. Now, Charlotte, we're going. There we go.
Those of you on Zoom, we are making some music, so I apologize for any confusion. All right. So this song is called Build It Up, and that's exactly what you're going to sing over and over and over again. Now, there are verses that are very informative, but we don't have to sing them today. We're just going to listen, and actually, over the verses, we're going to build it up. So, you're going to play whatever sounds good to you on your instrument, whatever it may be. And when you hear this wonderful woman singing the verses, you're going to drop out, and then you're going to get a little louder, and a little louder, and a little louder, until we're back to build it up, build it up. You'll hear it, you'll hear it. All right, so, without any further ado, hit it.
Build it up, 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 build. Build it up, 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 build it up. I'm gonna build this up, build it up so high. See the stars up in the sky, swinging a hammer through walls on a door, schach on the roof for sure. Build it up, 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 build it up. 7 days we'll celebrate, together in the circle we'll decorate. Harvest fruit hanging every which way, so many blessings we have today. Build it up, 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 build it up. You're invited, won't you come on in? We'll have a meal together, now let's begin. Some concepts attain, let's rejoice. Sing to God, now lift your voice. Build it up, 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 build it up. Shake the lulav, shake it here and there. Shake it to show God is everywhere. East, south, west, north. Shake it to show God is all around. Build it up, 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 build it up. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher yashan u'b'mitzvotav v'tzivah l'sheh b'Sukkat. Build it up, 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 build it up. Build it up, 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 build it up.
When we get to gather around for our jam at the end, if that's okay. Just put your next seats and I can get up. Great job. Thank you for your patience.
All right. Now is the time. Now we have come to the time for all ages in our service. So any of our young people who are here, come forward. And anyone else who might be exciting and willing to act spontaneously, also, you are welcome to come forward. Come on. Come on. There we go. All right. Yes, up here. All right. Now, everyone needs a pair. So everyone needs a partner. So pair up. All right. Okay. Here we go. All right. Now, during if we were in a synagogue for the services around Sukkat, in synagogues, there's a whole Torah portion. That's what they're called, the reading of the Bible in a synagogue. And Torah portions are much larger versions of sacred texts than you would normally hear in other kinds of churches. It's a whole section of the Hebrew Bible. And the Torah portion for Sukkot is the entire book of Ecclesiastes. We are not going to read the entire book of Ecclesiastes here, okay? But can anyone tell me of the most maybe famous musical rendition of the book of Ecclesiastes? There we go. So yeah, let's sing it here. You take sing the first verse through.
Am I singing?
Yeah. They don't want to hear me. All right, we're going to sing it through one time.
To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven.
Okay. All right, so we're just, now let me have the mic. And the paper. So we are going to act out the lyrics of the verses, and then we're going to sing together the chorus. Now, this is what our teams are for, okay? So, team one, first team, stand up. All right. I'm going to say a line. Joel, you'll go first. You act that line out, and then I'll say the next one, and Reverend Bill will act out the second part of the line. Are we ready? A time to be born. and a time to die. All right. Next pair, stand up. Okay. Shayla, ready? A time to plant. Plant. Think about planting. What does planting look like? Okay. Can anyone, there you go, planting. A time to reap. Yes, reaping, pulling up. Good job. Okay. Now we're not going to act this verse out, okay? Because we're not going to, but the next one is a time to kill. And a time to heal. Okay, next up. Okay, a time to laugh. And a time to weep. All right. Now our chorus. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. Team one up. A time to build up. And a time to break down. Team 2, a time to dance. And a time to mourn. That's to be sad. Good job. All right, team 3. A time to cast away stones. And a time to gather stones together. And our chorus. A time to love. And a time to hate. A time of, next one's up. Okay, a time of war. Okay, no, wait, easy. And a time for peace. Peace. Let's make up, y'all. There we go. All right. Next one up. A time you may embrace. And a time to refrain from embracing. And our chorus. Last go round, we've got this. A time to gain. And a time to lose. All right, next one up. A time to rend. Oh, that's like to break apart, to tear. No, not each other. And a time to, there we go. And a time to sew, which would be to gather up, like their buttons. Help Sonny with their buttons. Okay. All right. Okay, Sonny doesn't want any help, so we're going to respect that. All right. Stand. Okay. A time for love. Oh. And a time for hate. All right, now everyone. A time for peace. Wait, not yet. A time for peace. I swear it's not too late. I swear it's not too late. Okay, so let's sing the chorus one more time. Let's give a round of applause for our volunteers. You all can go back to your seats. High fives. Oh, good job. Here, Bill, I've got you covered. It is a time-honored tradition in our community that we come together to share our joys and sorrows, knowing that when we share our joys, they are even sweeter in the light of community. And the hope is that when we share our sorrows, the burden is lessened by our common capacity to meet them with each other. As is our custom at this point, we received one candle by email beforehand. And then you all are invited to come up, regardless of your age or whether or not you've been here before or been here for a very long time. Our community is who is gathered here with us, whether or not in person or by Zoom, and all are welcome to share fully in this life of this community. So if you have a joy or a sorrow to share, please make your way to the outside aisles and come forward. We will give you the microphone. We ask that you be brief, but that you begin by sharing your name so that we might all know who you are as we hear your joy and sorrow. One more candle for all of those joys and sorrows that are on our heart that are unspoken.
It is now time for sharing our abundance. As many of you know, each week when we pass the plate at church, we don't keep the money. We give 100% of the offering each week to a nonprofit organization that connects with our message of the day or a timely event. Today, as we honor Jewish traditions in this service, we are giving our offer to a nonprofit called HIAS. HIAS was founded in 1881 as a Hebrew immigrant aid society that helps refugees around the world of all races, religions, and creeds. In any situation, being forcibly removed from your home or having to flee violence is one of the most dire situations anyone can face. In 2025, the stakes are even higher, with countries including the United States rapidly changing immigration laws in a way that destabilizes refugee resettlement programs. But HIAS carries on, inspired by the Torah's instruction to welcome the stranger, advice found in multiple world religions. HIAS helps over 1 million people every year to rebuild their lives, reach self-sufficiency, and build community in a new home. If you're on Zoom, the link to donate is in the chat, and if you're here in person, we welcome your gifts to welcome the stranger.
Stars above me blinking, they must know just what I'm thinking. It's so empty and so cold, alone at night. The wind whips up around me, and I'm kinda glad it's found me, 'cause when it blows I know I'll be alright. A kiss from God with each little leaf that drops upon my head. Oh, how small we all must feel when the sky becomes our blanket and the ground below becomes our bed. But in this Sukkat Shalom, your love surrounds me. Sukkat Shalom, and it's all around me. I know I'm safe and protected in this world that is your home, your Sukkat Shalom. Sky is getting dimmer, but I still can see a glimmer of a sliver of the moon to light my way. There is no one beside me, and I have no map to guide me, but even so I know I'll be okay. The world seems scary and confused each time it drifts into the dark, but I know that you are there. You're light until the air, and all it takes is just one spark. 'Cause in this Sukkat Shalom, your love surrounds me. Sukkat Shalom, and it's all around me. I know I'm safe and protected in this world that is your home, your Sukkat Shalom. Baruch atah Hashem, Ma'ariv Aravim. Baruch atah Hashem, Ma'ariv Aravim.
Your generosity is gratefully received.
Sukkot is a holiday of contradictions, as you might have experienced when we read Ecclesiastes. It is a time of paradox, a time where we both celebrate the safety of a dwelling in a dwelling that is not particularly safe. The sukkah especially is supposed to be temporary. When you erect a sukkah, it cannot be permanent. It cannot include permanent walls, and it cannot include things that would be used for permanence. So it is implicitly and intentionally imperfect. It is temporary. It is, in a way, supposed to remind us of our own frailty, of our own sort of transient existence. It is supposed to remind us of the fact that things are impermanent. And I think we feel the impermanence of the world, the fragility of the world, so acutely in this moment in time. And so as I was reading commentaries and rabbinical thoughts on Sukkot in this moment, many Jewish scholars are saying to celebrate Sukkot right now in our world, particularly in Israel, is conflict-laden, is questionable, is concerning. That our world is a reminder of how things are not stable. And so what does it mean then to try to dwell in a structure that is unstable? And scholars will say that maybe it's practice. It's joyful practice to do in a place, in a safe place, a thing that is very hard to do in an unsafe place. And despite all of this impermanence, all this fragility, there is still in the sukkah an imperative to welcome the guests, to welcome the stranger, to dine with someone that you do not know, to dine together with a guest or a neighbor. Despite the impermanence of the world, there is still an imperative to make a real human connection. We live in a world that tells us not to do those things. Ben this week asked me what an ICE agent was. Wow, that was a question interspersed with a toileting situation and a toothbrushing situation and me trying to get pants on so they can go to school. And I was like, wow, this is our world. Trying to explain to a child a thing that is deeply scary, but deeply real, and that my answer matters. How I answered the question matters because it tells my child about the world that we live in and how we are supposed to respond to it. Explaining oppression to a child is incredibly difficult, but in a way, it is how we feel always, right? That heart-wrenching question about how do we talk about our world? And we have the option of not doing it. Many of us who have privilege, who live lives of ease, who are not concerned about ICE agents or a war in Palestine, we could choose to not engage. We could make a choice, because of our privilege, to not engage in the hard things, to not engage in our own frailty, to not engage in things that are impermanent, to not engage. But the Sukkah encourages us to do the opposite. It says, yes, these things are real, and still invite a guest in. Still have some conversation. not instead of, but because of it. We don't simply engage in conversation, engage in connecting across the difference when it's easy, and maybe when it's hard is when it is most important. And that's why Sukkot is also called the season of our joy. That it is a time of deep impermanence, but it is also a time of celebration and joy and connection. The very temporary walls are supposed to inspire us to make real and permanent and lasting connection, not just with ourselves, not just with our family, yes, with yourself, and yes, with your family, but also with someone else, to invite someone else in. That when we do that, when we connect deeply with ourselves, when we connect deeply with our family, and when we connect deeply with people who are different than us, who are strangers to us, something valuable happens. Something valuable for us happens. We learn a broader way. We see greater possibilities. But we are also stretched in a way that helps us continue to explore the world. We can choose the safety of our little corner, the safety of our permanent dwelling, or we can choose the possibility of our temporary dwelling. We can choose to embrace those things that are temporary and fragile, knowing that we will come to know ourselves and each other more deeply. The second part of a sukkah is that there is very little roof. This is intentional. When constructing the sukkah, the rules around the sukkah say that it should be that if it rains, you get rained on. That is an intentional part of the design. Like, that's not a home I want, let me tell you. But it is so we can see the stars from the inside of our house. When you're in the sukkah, you should be able to look up and see the stars. You should be able to look up and see a world much beyond our own, more expansive, more possible, more transcendent, bigger. There should be awe also in the moment of our fragility. There should be impermanence and awe. They live together in the sukkah as they should live together in our lives. So, I would like you to get your lulav again. All right. Now, this is the part called our collective dreamings. Now, for those of you who are tree people, I am going to get this wrong, I think. Because despite looking at multiple pictures of these branches, I am not sure I know which branch is what. I am sorry. We are imperfect in all things. But what is it? The lulav and the etrog together are supposed to represent the whole of our humanity. Okay, so the myrtle branch. Is it the little leafy one? All right, that one. It's the one on the, I don't know. It's the one on the right. It's the darkest one in your picture. There we go. Okay. It represents your eye, your ability to see what is in front of us. It represents our ability to see and recognize another person, a guest, the suffering of our world. It represents our ability to engage and see and know that, the world before us. The branch of the willow tree. It's the flouncy one, I think. All right. It represents our mouth, our speech, our ability to speak out loud, to speak into existence, to speak into the possibilities of our world. So that when we can speak, we see the world, but we can also engage it. We engage it. All right. The palm frond, that's the big one, represents your human spine. It might be strong and stable, brings strength and persistence. And the etrog, our little citron fruit here, represents your heart. Without the heart, without the etrog, the lulav is less full, less engaged, less connected. They matter together. Our hearts and how we experience the world matters. So I want you to take a minute, and when I say a minute, I really do mean, 1 minute. And I would like for you to either think to yourself, or if you have a pen, to write on your piece of paper dreamings that you have of your things that you might dream of with your eyes, things that you see with your eyes that lead to dreams, things that you might want to say into the world, hopes that you have for the sturdiness of your own spine, or the dreamings and whisperings of your human heart. We write them down if you can, if you have a pen and can write them down. Because saying and seeing and thinking something in our head is glorious. It is the first step. But unless we can get that thing from our head and into the world, our heads are only so useful. So we write these things down as a way of bringing into the world, into this community, our collective dreamings. And then I will invite you during potluck to bring your collective dreamings down to the sukkah and to pin them to the undecorated wall of the sukkah so that we might populate our temporary dwelling with our awe and dreams for ourselves and our world, and that you might experience its impermanence while also thinking expansively of your dreaming. So first, you're going to think about it. You're going to get 1 minute to do that. Then you're going to write it down if you can. And then I am going to give you 2 minutes to share that with your neighbor so that you might encounter your neighbor in our sukkah. Okay? All right. I'm going to, this is like when I tell Ben, you have 2 minutes. I actually pull out my phone and I'm like, okay. So I'm going to put a minute on the clock. It's going to ding when it's done, and that's when we're going to start sharing with our neighbor. Okay. That is your 1 minute timer. Now I'm going to put 2 minutes on the clock. I would like for you to share with your neighbor. If you have a neighbor that you know less well, pick that neighbor. I know many of us know each other, but if you know a neighbor less well, pick someone you know less well. Now, you might imagine that with 1 minute, you will not be able to share all of your human and collective dreamings. That's okay. It's the beginning. So each person gets 1 minute to do their sharing. 1 minute starts now. If you haven't already, the second partner should get some time. 1 more minute to go. That's 2 minutes, everyone. Wrap up your current conversation. Don't worry if you are not finished talking. We luckily have potluck right after this to continue your conversation. And there is a sukkah available to you for continued conversation. If you want to go to see our sukkah during potluck, you will leave the door from the Great Hall, skirt around the labyrinth, find the beginning of the walking path, and if you start to walk into the woods by way of the path, you will see what seems like white sheets surrounding trees. You have found our sukkah, so please enjoy it as well and some conversation in it. Bring a friend to the sukkah when you go and visit, and leave your dreamings on our wall together. We're going to end today with our hymn, As We Sing of Hope and Joy. Let us stand and sing together. Let us come out into our aisles and join together for our benediction.